Hello everyone, welcome to another short video by Glasshammer Gaming. I'm Manny and today I'm going to run you through the Asuryani relics and we're going to have a look at which ones are good and which ones are maybe not as good as they look. First of all guys, if you're watching this content and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button notifications bell in the corner over there so you know each time we release one of these videos. And if you enjoy our content and you'd like more exclusive content, extra battle reports weekly and amazing discounts off our web store, or if you just enjoy what we do here and you would like to support the channel, then please head over to glasshammergaming.co.uk and join the elite today. Right then, let's jump straight into it. So the new book has come out and we've looked at the warlord traits, on Thursday, and they look fairly good. If you haven't, guys, if you haven't watched that video, there was a video released 2 days ago, which was all about the Asuryani warlord traits. So go back and have a look at that if you want to maybe see some combos, how they work together with the relics, or, just which are the best warlord traits to take overall, then please check that out. And also, remember as well, last night, a battle report came out, and it was a very cool battle report. Dan uses the new craft worlds, the new Asuryani army, uses pure Asuryani as well, and I use my Farsight Enclaves army, just pure Farsight Enclaves, suits and breaches in Devilfish. So we have a very, very cool game, so check that out. That came out last night. That's also on the channel. And now we are here to talk about the Asuryani relics and have a look maybe which ones are better than others and stuff like that. So we're going to start off with the first one in the book, and that is the Kyros Bow. So the Kyros Bow is a pistol. It replaces a shuriken pistol that the bearer has, and it's got the profile pistol 3, so it's 3 shots, range of 18 inches, so a little bit longer, and it's strength 5. Now the AP is dash, and the damage is dash. So let me just explain. So it's AP dash, damage dash, just strength 5. You might think, well, what use is that profile? You've got the stats that you require to wound something, but how do you know what save they get and what damage they take? Well, it's got a special ability the Kyros Bow has, and basically each time it successfully wounds the target, it inflicts 1 mortal wound, and the attack sequence ends, so it does 1 more wound. So it's 3 shots, and you're going to be hitting on 2s with whatever character you put this on, most likely. So you're going to get 3 hits pretty much, and then you're wounding on, most likely, if you're going into toughness 3 or toughness 4, units, characters, little units that you're trying to pick off or something, then you're going to get like 3 wounds because you're wounding on 3s or 2s. And so you're going to get 2 or 3 wounds, and basically each wound that you get, you do a mortal wound. Now remember, there is a warlord trait where you can increase the strength of ranged attacks made by your bearer by 1, and also, so basically you make your strength 6. But then also, every time you roll a 6 to wound, you do a mortal wound. So not only will the Kyros Bow do 1 mortal wound for every successful wound roll you get, but if any of them are 6s, they'll do another mortal wound, so you'll be doing 2 mortal wounds. So you could combo that with that warlord trait and get some good use out of it. I think the Kyros Bow is okay, not the best relic, but it's okay. Then we have the Phoenix Gem. This one I do quite like. The first time the bearer is destroyed in the battle, you roll a d6. On a 2+, at the end of the current phase, you set that the bearer of the Phoenix Gem back up again as close as possible to the position that it was in when it died, with D3 wounds remaining. So it can be quite good on like a buffing character, or a character that's had to go out there and risk getting powers off, say like Doom or something, on a target within 18, and then has unfortunately died just about. But I think what's great about it is, you can protect characters from shooting with the Lookout Sir rule quite reliably. So, because it's only once, and it's at the end of the phase you come back. So it's not that useful if you're facing an army that's good at shooting and combat, or if they've got a unit that's great at shooting and combat, and they know you've got, they remember that you've got this relic, because they'll come over, and then they'll shoot him dead. Then he'll die, he'll get back up on a 2+ with only D3 wounds, and then they'll charge him and kill him again. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you can use the Lookout Sir rule properly, and you can shield him from getting shot, then your opponent might come in, charge him, and just about kill him, and then he just gets up at the end of the phase with D3 wounds remaining, moves away, and then casts more powers. And they came in and they gave you a unit. They've essentially traded a unit for nothing because that character's got back up and carried on. So it kind of deters people from going for that character as well sometimes. So I think that's a great one because it keeps things like your casters alive for longer if you want to put it on one of them. Then you've got the Shard of Anaris. Now I really like the Shard of Anaris. This is one of my favorite relics. It's a model with a Banshee blade or a Starglaive only. And I think a Starglaive, I think you could take one if you know, on an Autarch on a bike or something. Starglaive's pretty cool. You get strength +1, AP -3, and damage 1. Now you might think, all right, strength +1 and AP -3 is quite good. But damage 1, is that really that good when you've only got 5 or 6 attacks? Well, the Shard of Anaris has a special ability, and that is that each time the bearer fights, you make D3 +3 additional attacks with this weapon. So you don't look at it and go, oh, my guy's got 5 attacks. You go, well, he's got 5 +3, so he's got 8 attacks, plus D3. So you look at it and you go, actually, my character that's bearing the Shard of Anaris has actually got 10 attacks at strength 4 or 5, -3 AP, and 1 damage. And you know, if you look back on Thursday's videos, there might be a Warlord trait or two that you can combo him with that. You might be able to make him -4 by selecting a character within 6 of your Warlords, you know, if you take the right Warlord trait, and then he's like strength 5, -4 1 damage, and he's got D3 +3 additional attacks. I think the Shard of Anaris will find its way into quite a few lists. You then got the Foul Shoes Wing. This was always used in the old codex, and I think it still will be. It is just great. Gives you that reliable move on like an infantry on foot character that you've not had to pay points to put on a bike and stuff. So it saves you some points and things like that and makes him very flexible. First thing to say, it is on an infantry model only. And then basically the bearer can move 12 inches and fly. So you can put it on a character that normally just moves 7 inches, 6 or 7 inches, and all of a sudden he's moving 12, he's basically doubled his move, and now he can fly for free. So I think it's great just for that bit, but that's not all he does. At the end of your movement phase, you can choose one enemy unit that the bearer passed across, like moved across, and roll a d6. On a 2+, the unit takes d3 more wounds. So it's very good. Imagine if someone's got a character left on like 2 wounds, and your character advances and passes over their character, and you go, yeah, on a 2+, just take d3 more wounds. So, you know, it's just pick any unit that it flies over. It doesn't say you can't pick characters. So I think the Foul Shoes Wing's great because you're taking it for the maneuverability and flexibility that it gives the character you're putting it on, but it also gives you access to that like little niche of, I'll do more wound here or there. Oh, you've got 2 models left on this objective. Well, jump over them and just do 2 more wounds. So I think it's nice to have that little trick in your back pocket as well. Then we got the Fire Saber. Pretty good, but it's not as good as the Shard of Anaris in my opinion. Main reason, so it's strength +3, which is great. AP -4, again great, but it's damage 2. And damage 2 in the meta right now, with the amount of -1 damage there is, and the amount of 3 wound models, damage 2 is not looking very great at the moment. But basically, every unmodified hit roll of a 6 inflicts a mortal wound in addition to damage, and that's a hit roll of a 6. So that's very cool. I do like that bit. Like we said, there might be some Warlord traits that you can combo it with and make him very smashy in combat with this relic. But I don't think the Fire Saber is going to see very, very much play in lists because I think the Shard of Anaris is just a better combat option than it. We then have Sunstorm. This one is a must-take. You know, like, I think this one stands out. You look at the book and you go, whoa, Sunstorm's great. So I think you're going to take Sunstorm. You're going to take it in every single army. It's a biker model only. So it's going to go on a Warlock Skyrunner or a Farseer Skyrunner most of the time. And basically the bearer gets a move characteristic of 20 inches, which is fantastic. But then also gains the objective secured ability. So that character later on in the game, not only will it buff everything that it wants throughout the game, but later on in the game, you know, sort of turns 3, 4, and 5, that character can just move 20 inches, jump on an objective and go, I'm objective secured, you're not. There you go, I've dropped your primaries for a turn by 4 or 8 points. And the ability to be able to do that is massive. Sunstorm is a must take. You've got to take that in every single army, guys. Believe me. Then we've got the Aegis of Eldanesh. It's for an Autarch model only. It's okay. It gives the bearer a save of a 2+. So probably +1 save. I think Autarchs have a 3-up. So it gives you +1 save. And then it also gives you -1 damage. So every time an attack is made against your bearer, you reduce the damage characteristic of that attack by 1. You're making a little bit of a tougher Autarch. I think it serves you better to take one that can hit a little harder in combat and do a bit more bang for his buck before he goes down and sort of tries to trade up rather than trying to survive a little bit longer and kind of being a bit meh. I don't think the Aegis of Eldanesh is that great, to be honest, because it's Autarch only. If you could put it on any character, then it'd be great. Like, for example, the other day we talked about the Iyanden Warlord trait, which gives you Iyanden Warlord the ability to roll a d6 for every wound he loses, and a 5+ that wound's not lost. If that guy had a save of 2+, reduced all damage by 1, and then ignored damage on a 5+, that would be worth it. So, you know, maybe if you have an Autarch on Autarch in an Iyanden army, it could be useful, because he could be used to then target units, I suppose. That could be one use for it. But I think in a generic Eldar army, something that's non-Iyanden, I don't think it's got that much of a place. Then we have got the last one here. Just go to see the Weeping Stones. That's what it's called, the Weeping Stones. I like this one. Basically, when you do your Strands of Fate roll, you can roll 1 additional d6, which is quite nice. So instead of rolling 6d6, you roll 7d6, and you're keeping 4 of them basically every turn. So I think it gives you that bit more, you know, it gives you a chance to roll another result that you would like, because they're random. So you do roll your 6 or your 7d6 with this relic, and then basically each roll corresponds to a roll. So if you roll, for example, a 5, I know a 5 is a wound roll. So what you can do is you can go, right, so you roll your 7 dice. It is explained in another video, guys, that's coming out next week, so don't worry. Strands of Fate will have their own video. But basically, if you roll a 5 on one of your 7 dice, you go, a 5 represents a wound roll. So at some point in my turn, I can change one wound roll to a 6 automatically. So the rolls just correspond to what you can change. Like a 1 is an advance roll, a 2 is a charge roll, and basically if you roll a 1, you then go, okay, so one of my advance rolls will be a 6. It's not like it counts as a 1. They're not like miracle dice. It's an advance roll. A 1 is telling you that you can use that Strand of Fate on an advance roll, but you change the dice to a 6 basically. No, you don't even roll the dice. You just select a 6. So I actually think the Weeping Stones are quite good. So there you have it, guys. That is the relics for Asuryani. We've not gone into the craft world specific ones. I think that's more for people to look at on their own, and if they want to branch out into the different craft worlds and choose which one is the best for them. But that's just the generic Asuryani one. So big takes there. Kyros Bow is okay. Phoenix Gem, I think, is very good, and the Shard of Anaris too. Foul Shoes Wing, great for maneuverability. Fire Saber, not so much. Aegis of Eldanesh, not so much. Sunstorm is the must-take relic. And then the Weeping Stones are pretty good too. So Sunstorm, Shard of Anaris, and Foul Shoes Wings are the best ones. But definitely Sunstorm and Foul Shoes Wing. Shard of Anaris and the Weeping Stones, it's up to you whether you want a Force Multiplier or a character that can hit on their own. But I think that's kind of the order that those relics are coming in at for me. Now, guys, if you've got any of your own suggestions, which relics you think are good, what you can combo those relics with and make them even more powerful, please leave them in the comments below for everybody to share and grow together. Right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video just as much as I've enjoyed making it. I've learned quite a lot about the Eldar relics with this. And if you've watched the video this far and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and notifications bell in the corner over there so you know each time we release one of these videos. And if you like our content and you would like more exclusive content, additional battle reports weekly, and amazing discounts off our web store, or if you just love what we do and you'd like to support the channel, then please head over to glasshammergaming.co.uk and join the elite today. And until next time, guys, go back through this week and catch up with all the other content that we've put out for Eldar, and I'll see you next week for more content. Bye, guys. Edited Warhammer 40k battle reports, live stream Warhammer 40k games, meta-analysis, tournament reports. Hi guys, I'm Manny. I am one of the co-founders of Glasshammer Gaming. I'm one of the current top 5 ranked ITC players in the world, and I play for my international team, Team England, and we are the current reigning world champions. So we started Glasshammer Gaming at the start because we play a very high level, and we realized that a lot of content creators online were more narrative and not really focused on the competitive aspect of the game, and we thought it'd be really cool if we made battle reports, live streams and tactics videos to help players improve in their competitive game, and also for people who are looking to start getting into competitive play. help them along the way and give them some tips. We also have an elite service, and if you join up, you get more in-depth meta-analysis, competitive tournament reports, and even bigger discounts on our store, which are incredible in the first place, and you're basically getting some of the best discounts in the world. If you join up, you also get access to our Discord server, where there are lots of like-minded people who also want to be very competitive and play to the best of their ability, and you'll be added in there with all of them. There are different channels for every army, every faction, so you can talk to other players who play the same armies as you and improve together.